Door dashing can be a very frustrating and dangerous behavior to deal with. Dogs door dash because it is self-reinforcing, whether it's to chase after a squirrel or the neighborhood cat or to greet a friendly dog. If your dog is door dashing towards a busy street or a dangerous environment, it is great to have a safety plan in place in case of an emergency. Having a second barrier besides the door, such as a fence or a baby gate, is a great idea. Step 1. For this exercise, your dog must already know a sit and stay. Ask your dog for a sit or down stay while they have a leash and a harness on. I'm going to walk towards the door, click or say yes, and reward my dog for staying. Awesome. Yes! After a few repetitions, release your dog. If your dog doesn't get up or doesn't know a release word, you can go ahead and lure your dog and reward them for getting up. Step 2, you're going to take your hand, put it on your doorknob, rattle it a few times, say yes or click, and reward your dog for staying in place. Awesome. Good job, bud. If your dog gets up anytime during step 2, just simply lure your dog back into a sit and try again. If your dog continues to get up while you're doing this exercise, you can lower criteria, Dreamy sit, and make it a little bit easier. For example, you can take your hand and put it towards the doorknob. Yes! Mark your dog for staying in the position and give them a treat. Awesome! Step 3, as your dog continues to succeed with staying in that position, we're going to open the door 2 or 3 inches, mark them with a yes or click, and give them a treat. As your dog continues to be successful with this step, we're going to continue to increase our criteria and open the door a little bit more. Yes! And a little more. Yes! And a little more. Yes! And a little more. Yes! Don't forget to close the door each time you're practicing this step. Awesome! Remember, if your dog gets up at any time during this step, you simply want to learn back into position and decrease criteria. Perhaps you open the door 2 to 3 inches the first time. If Dreamy just got up, I'm going to help him out and open it 1 inch this time. Yes! Awesome! And then reward him. Good boy. Step number 4, we're going to practice walking with our dog calmly through the door. Before you do that, you want to make sure that you ask your dog for a sit or a down. I prefer to put my dog into a sit for this exercise. And then we're going to open the door all the way and we're going to reward your dog, yes, for staying by your side. And then we're going to give them their release cue. Mine is let's go. Let's go! And as Dreamy goes with me through the door on the let's go cue, I like to reward him every step of the way. The reason is I want to make sure I'm encouraging him to stay by my side and not door dash at any time until we get to the other side of the door. Awesome. Yes. Awesome. Yes. Awesome. If your dog forges ahead of you, just simply back up, encourage your dog to go back by your side. Dreamy! and begin again. One of the most important things to remember during training your dog not to DoorDash is mastering something that I like to call management. You want to make sure that in between these training sessions, your dog can't practice the exact behavior you don't want them to do, hence running out the door. So one of the suggestions I always like to give everybody I work with is to make sure that if you know your door is going to be open, you go ahead and put a harness and a leash on your dog, and you also can put them in a crate or in another room to make sure that they can't rehearse that exact behavior. Aside from that, you should have amazing success, and you at home can also have dogs that no longer DoorDash. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. Happy training.
Up.